Hi, everyone. Welcome to the other side of music. Tonight, we're interviewing Jaybird the Prime. I'm going to invite him in so we can get the interview started. And wanted to also... Here he is. Hi. Hi, how are you?
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going.
Well, that's good. It's better than it's not going.
Yeah.
All right, so um, people will start coming in. And anybody in the comments, in the comment section, you can feel free to ask questions while we're doing our interview. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So I ask everybody, tell me about your name. How did you get it?
So Jaybird, the part of my name, I was given when I was born.
Okay.
I was like 3 months early, so I was a little pre baby,
Mm-hmm.
like a little bird. So they call me Jaybird. And then the prime kind of just happened when I started writing lyrics for the first time. I wanted to rhyme a word with my name, but the words that I had at the time was I wanted to rhyme a word with I believe time
Uh-huh.
and my name in the next line. So I just put, that's why they call me Jaybird the Prime. And I was like, I like it. So I just stuck with
All
it.
right. Cool, cool. All right. So how did you know you could sing?
I didn't really. I started just
Oh,
tried it, failed at it, and then tried it again until I kind of got good at it.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really thought I could sing until I started releasing music with me singing, and then people were like, I like his voice. And I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm gonna keep doing it.
Okay. All right. So no formal training or anything. It just happened.
It just happened. Yeah.
Okay. Um, what made you decide to pursue music?
Um, that was always something that I always wanted to do. Like when I was really young, probably when I was like maybe 6, 7 years
Hmm.
old, I always had the passion of wanting to do it. Um, and then after like I told people about it and my family, and people thought, just a little kid with big dreams. So I kind of just kept it to myself. And then my older brother came along and was like, hey, you should try to do this and try to do that. And I was like, yes. And then it just snowballed from there.
Okay. All right. Um, and did you have any influences? Like, did a certain artist influence you? Did a person in your or in your life influence you?
I would say first influence I ever had was my older brother. He 100% influenced me straight away.
Okay.
Um, and I would have to go Eminem, like most people in this world, you know. Uh, and then it would have to be basically a lot of 90 style hip hop, old school classic artists also inspired me on top of that. So,
All right.
yeah.
Now, what would you consider your style of music?
That is the one thing that I have no idea.
Oh,
Like, I have
okay.
no, like when I first started, I was straight rapping and then hip hop. And then I kind of turned to the style of like a 90s style type of music. And then it kind of evolved into what I do now. And I have no idea what my genre would be or what my style would be. It's kind of like its own unique kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Way. If I had to put a name on it, I would say like alternative hip hop slash indie pop kind of deal. But the best I got right now. That's
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. If you could make up your own genre, what it would be.
what. I, no, I don't know. It's just whatever the people want it to be.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would say.
Okay. So what is your favorite, um, I guess, style to sing? Would it be like pop, hip hop, a mix of, like, what do you enjoy the most?
Probably the mix of hip hop with a little bit of pop
Okay.
in it. favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
Um, and what is your favorite kind of music to listen to, like on the radio or Spotify or?
Um, Honestly, right now, so what I do is I found that upcoming artists who no one knows
Mhm.
about, I learn what I do is I go to like my Spotify page, right? And then I'll go to my radio and then I'll just listen to all the recommended artists that Spotify gives me.
Okay.
And out of all those, I'll filter out which ones are like the best. And I've been doing it for about like a year or so now.
Hmm.
So I would say the songs that I like to listen to are people that kind of are related to my kind of music a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, like singing with like an acoustic guitar, piano roll, or something like that. That's what really gets me into that kind of stuff. Kind of, yeah,
Okay. All right. That's a very interesting way to find new music.
yeah. Because I learned that there's a lot more talented artists that people don't know about because they're just starting.
Oh yeah.
There are than people that people know about. And I honestly, there's people out there that are more talented than their favorite artists, but they don't know they exist.
Hmm.
Try to go out of my way to find those people. And then most of the time, I find artists that I 100% believe are a million times better than me. And, then I'll look to see them, and they barely have little to no following. And I'm like, that's mind blowing
Yeah,
to me, you know?
it really is. A lot of people get stuck in mainstream music, which
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, but there's so much talent out there. Like, I've been going on TikTok. So I have
yeah,
two TikTok accounts, and one's for Rising Star. And finally, I've got it working. So I get a lot of independent artists popping up on my feed. And I mean, I'm still learning like what's out there. Like I came across somebody that, what's it called? She calls it fairy, um, fairy black music or something, and it's like this. It's almost like this Celtic kind of music.
yeah.
It just lulls you into peace, and I'm like, wow, like that's incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome music out there that honestly I probably will never see in my lifetime. That I wish I had was able to listen to all the good music out there, but it's just impossible.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's a lot out there, that's for sure.
They're hard to find too
Yeah,
sometimes if you don't know where, but they're out there.
they are out there. Um, so share your insight on the current music scene in Pittsburgh, and you're near Ohio, right?
Uh,
Kinda.
Other direction.
Other.
I'm more near like Maryland, like Philadelphia kind of area.
Okay. So, what's your insight on the Pittsburgh music scene compared to like the Philly, Maryland area? Do you think?
Uh, uh,
And you can be honest. I ask everybody this.
Honestly, there isn't much difference. Honestly, it's kind of like it's all the same all around. I opinion. um, I don't really don't know how to. I don't really don't know how to put it in words.
Um,
Honestly.
well, I can help you along. Venues are difficult to get a hold of.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think the last like uh year and a half, I if I showed you my notes right now on my phone, it would I would have one piece of notes that has probably venues in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Lancaster, Harrisburg, Maryland, Baltimore, DC. I spent weeks and months just finding stuff and finding the contact information, emails, and all that, just to email every single one for like weeks at a time, and I got nothing back.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it was pure silence. And then finally, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of emailing venues. So what I started to do is I started to email artists that were performing on the shows, and I started doing that, and I got nothing back except for one person. And that one person showed me, and then that one person got me on a show, and that's how I got introduced to the Forge Winery is
okay.
one show, and I was like, sweet. but man, is it time consuming, and man, is it just honestly, it kind of kills your spirit a little bit. It really
Yeah.
does.
Now, see, I go the other way because that's what I do for you guys.
Yeah.
And if for those of you that don't know, Jaybird is with Rising Star Talent Agency now. So, part of it is taking over that, looking for venues and bookings and all of that stuff. And oh my gosh, man, it's insane. Um,
Yeah.
I had a meeting today. Well, I texted you about it yesterday, but I had a meeting today to like try and circumvent all this stuff and like find something different. And
Yeah.
I can explain later, but I'll tell you the meeting went very well. But yeah, it's insane. And I don't understand how people are not responding. Like,
Yeah. It's crazy. Like you think, is it something I'm doing, or is it? And then you think about it, you're like, no, it's not. It's just some people just don't care.
yeah, that's the general consensus is that it seems like the majority of artists, managers, etc., are just having a hell of a time getting any kind of response. Even if they responded no, that would be at least be a response.
Yeah. Like honestly, I just emailed somebody recently, and they actually reached out to me probably like 2 days, 3 days later, said, sorry, we just filled up, whatever. And I actually emailed back and I said, well, I said, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah,
That's all I cared about. Is as long, just don't keep me waiting for like a week for an email that's never gonna come, you know?
right, right. So yeah, I appreciate that if someone responds back and says we're full or we're not booking, we're booking out for the fall now, or don't bother me. Say something.
Yeah, something's better than
Yeah,
nothing. Like,
yes, absolutely. Um, so what did you want to invent when you were a kid?
what did I want to invent?
Uh-huh. Like every little kid seems to want to invent something or some kind of invention. What did you want to do?
Artist, honestly, as a kid, I just built things.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, like if my mom, like for example, like furniture, like if furniture needed put together when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old, I was the one to do it. If like I was that kid that did 1,000 piece puzzles instead of going outside. Like that's what I did. But when it comes to like thinking of inventing something, I really didn't have that, because if I had an idea, I just told, "Hey, Ma, I want to try to build something cool," and then she would go out and buy me a book that taught me how to build stuff.
Hmm.
And so, like one day, I think I was like maybe like 5 or 6.
Hmm.
Uh, Mom bought me a book that taught me how to make cool electronic things,
Oh,
and there was one that was a metal fork with a clothespin, and when you close the clothespin, it lit up a light bulb on the end.
oh, that's neat.
That is pretty neat, right? And I built it, and I was like, "That's cool." And then I never built anything else. I just I was kind of like, "That's cool." That took a lot of time and effort. I don't want to do that again. And and then obviously music came into my life when I was like 8 or 9, and I was like, I want to do that. And then it kind of just, yeah. And then I started working slowly towards that until it started picking up momentum, and then I really started focusing on that. So inventing, probably music. That's what I want to invent, is music.
Okay. Now, do you write most of your own
Yeah,
stuff or yeah? And do you produce it? Like, do you do the beats and
yeah,
everything too?
yeah. All me.
Completely.
Like everything's me, from the mixing, the mastering, from the beats, from the piano rolls. Like there's no samples in any of my stuff. Like it's not like I don't go on YouTube and find some random guitar riff
Mhm.
and download. Like my little brother would write the guitar. I would do the piano. We would record it, so it's all unique. It's all one of a kind.
Okay.
Uh, Lyrics, record it myself. Even the cover photos on my songs, all me. Uh, the videos, like if I make a music video, it's basically just me. I'm the script. Let's see, if I make merch, like what I have on right now, like that's me that I make, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm a one man show, and man is it tiring, but it's worth it in the end, you know.
Yes. Now, you have mentioned your older brother, and this wasn't a question I had. You've mentioned your older brother and your younger brother. So, are you guys like a musical family?
Yes. So my older brother, when I was little, unfortunately, my older brother, he did
Uh,
pass away.
I'm sorry.
About 10 years ago. Actually, it'll be 10 years ago this year. But he was a huge drummer. Like, he would drum and crazy. My mom used to be a singer. Uh, my father, he was a guitarist. He played the guitar. My little brother, on the other hand, when I first started making music, I wanted him to go on this journey with me, but it took him almost 10 years to finally be like, hey, look at me playing this guitar. He's really good at it. Like, you saw me at open mic night that one night and heard
Yeah,
some other, like, that was him on the guitar. Like, that's really good.
yeah, yeah.
So
It was really good.
finally, yeah, so finally he's now looking at me and it's like, yay, hey, yo, I want to do open mic nights with you and I want to make more music. And I said, if this college stuff doesn't work out, I might just stick with music full time. I said, just do it now. Just stick with music full time now.
Cool.
So, yeah. And then for me, music, yeah, we're a huge musical family, honestly. Like, my aunt is in a band in Baltimore.
Oh,
Uh, my uncle, he actually made it back in like the 70s and 80s. However, he didn't want to, unfortunately, he didn't want to evolve with the times, so they kind of just throw him away.
yeah.
But that's sometimes that's just how it is. So yeah, we're just one big, happy, dysfunctional, musical family.
Well, that is really, really cool. Um, so what open mics have you found so far? I know the Forge because that's where I met you.
That was the first open mic I ever did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, you
that was the first one, and I'm actually planning on going back next week.
next week. Okay.
Yep.
And then
Um,
um, also an open mic night at Mr. Small's on Mondays.
yes, I was actually going to do that last Monday.
Hmm.
However, I pulled some overtime at my job, and and that was a very long shift. And too tired to do it, and I honestly I was really upset that I couldn't do it, but I physically could not
Yeah.
get myself to do it.
Hey, life
I was,
happens, right?
yeah, because like I did, so that was on a Monday. I did like I'd say so Saturday. So I only work weekdays. So what Saturday they wanted me to work, and so I worked on Saturday, and it was only supposed to be like a maybe like a 6-8 hour shift. It turned into a 15-hour shift
Cool.
because things just didn't go the way they were supposed to go. And then I worked on Monday, and I worked until like 5 on Monday, and I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I need
takes a long.
to, yeah,
Now, which brings me into my next question because you're talking about working in your long shifts. And anybody in the comments that are there, if you want to ask anything, feel free to. Um, do you think it's possible to make a full-time living financially from music as a independent local artist?
like, do I think that people could do independent music full time?
Yes.
Yeah,
And be able to pay their bills and live.
yes, as long as they keep up with it.
Okay.
Like, there's like the one thing that sucks about being an independent artist is you have no breaks. Like, you have to stay consistent on social media, and you have to be consistent on releasing music and
Mhm.
all that, because that's your income. You get income from people who view your TikTok, people who view your Instagram, people who listen to your music, and you just, unfortunately, it's just something that you have to do. Sometimes it gets tiring, and sometimes it's very easy to lose motivation. I mean, I am a victim of not being very motivated when it comes to social media, because one thing, when I started music, no one told me how social media would be your full-time job and music would be your part-time.
Oh, absolutely. People don't realize, sorry, that's my dog and cat in the background. People don't realize how time consuming it is and how social media is really, it is itself a full-time job. Forget about everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's exhausting. I try and schedule as much stuff as I can, but
yeah.
even that,
Right. I
it's there.
signed up to be a music artist, not cringy content creator, but at the same time, I have to be
Yeah,
for the music to work.
yeah,
So
it gets to you.
yeah,
So, what are your music goals?
My music goals,
Hmm.
uh, right now it would be to get more shows consistently, like, and then just starting to get shows, and then my next goal after that would be try to get as many people as I can to set shows. Once I start, once I start getting my foot in the door and start expanding, because I used to focus on all big throughout Pennsylvania, like Philadelphia, mainly Harrisburg, and then Pittsburgh. But then I realized that Pittsburgh's close. So I started wanting to focus on Pittsburgh, but then all the fan I made were in Harrisburg. So like no one could really get to Pittsburgh. So I'm like, dang. So then now recently I started to just try to build my roots just in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So that's really where I'm at.
Mhm.
So like that's my goal. But so I guess my first goal would be get my roots into Pittsburgh
Okay.
as many venues as I possibly can, as many open mic nights as I can possibly do. Just get, you know, and then see where it goes from.
Okay. All right. Um, and speaking of that, how can people find you?
Spotify for my music. You can go to Spotify for the Prime, Apple Music, Pandora, SoundCloud. Basically, anywhere people listen to their music, I'll most likely be on there. And then social media at jaybirdtheprime
Okay.
across the board. Facebook, Twitter. I mean, I don't use Twitter, anyways. Honestly, uh, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. That's really all I use
Okay. So Jaybird the Prime across the board on everything.
on everything.
Easy enough. Um, so um, tell us a goofy fact that you know.
A,
It can have to do with
a
anything.
goofy fact that I know.
Yes.
It's funny. I know so many of those, and you just asked me that, and I didn't remember a single one. Like that was like a question made, and I do not remember anything. Um, um, I don't know. How about we go back to that when I think of something?
On that, I'll keep moving forward. Um, what is okay? What is the one food or drink item you have to have in your house all the time? Like
Okay,
if it's out, you're like, oh my god, we got to get more.
honestly, it used to be soda. I was a soda holic, hands down. I mean, like I would drink soda like all day, every day, nonstop
Mm,
for 15 years straight. Just soda, soda, soda. I mean, like I got really bad at one point where I was drinking like almost 8 cans a day, and yeah, I mean it was honestly a problem. Um, and then I went to the dentist I think about a year ago, and they said, all right, well you can't have any carbonated drinks for about 2 weeks until what they did heals or whatever. So I
mm,
said, oh, this is gonna suck because like I would get bad migraines if I just went like a few hours without it. Like I would get bad migraines. So I was like, this is gonna suck. And then a week went in, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel better. I was like, you know what? Let's try to go a whole year without drinking soda. So right now, I'm currently on that. I haven't had soda in almost a year now. Been
wow,
yeah, just stop cold turkey. It's crazy. People don't think that's a big deal, but that's a huge deal for
it
me.
is a huge deal. I got sick recently, and I was having these crazy headaches, and I'm like, is this part of what I have? And then I realized I'm not drinking 8 cans a day, but I do drink Coke. And I realized oh, I'm having caffeine withdrawals.
Yeah, but that hurts. Like that honestly terrible.
It is
Like
terrible.
yeah, like people don't know how bad it is if you've never experienced it. Then sorry. I mean, lucky for you. But so right now, I would say like right now I'm just drinking water, like flavored water. That's all I've really been drinking. But if I had to pick something that I had to have in the house currently, chips. Just I have to have something to snack on. I'm
Okay.
a snack.
Any particular kind?
Uh,
So they know how to, gift you or whatever.
honestly, salt and vinegar, sour cream and onion, barbecue, or like just or just regular salt chips or Fritos.
Fritos. I haven't had Fritos in a long time. I don't
Love
know.
Love Fritos. Matter of fact, my go-to combination with Dr. Pepper and Fritos. Those freaking love that stuff.
When I was little, my mom and I used to get this pizza from a certain place, and we would get pizza, and I'd always run next door to the convenience store and pick up Fritos. So we'd have Fritos and pizza. It was a really good combination, and probably a doctor's worst nightmare for all the salt, but it was so good. Um, so any new music coming out or a particular, wait, let's back up. What is your favorite song that you have released?
Right now, my favorite song right now would probably be the one that just came out, Happy Ever After,
Mhm.
or um, it would be the one that came out in my EP last November called Stay. That's one of my favorites.
Okay.
However, if you talk to people who listen to my music, they would think different. They would say that Emotional Monster is their favorite and Happy Ever After is their favorite, alongside Oak Tree, which I don't know if you heard any of those songs yet, but
I have.
yeah, so
Uh,
those songs. So honestly, Stay is my favorite, honestly, because I put more time, effort into that song when I first started.
okay.
Like I honestly tried the best that I could do with that song, and that's just proof that it doesn't matter how hard you try. Sometimes songs just people just don't care.
Now, how did you go about promoting your music to get people to listen to it and everything without giving away all your secrets?
Honestly, I'll give people my secrets. I don't care. Because my secrets could help other people. I don't care.
Okay.
So first, what I do is, even though I hate it because it seems like it's just shoving it down people's throats, is just constantly uploading the same exact shot sound over and over and over and over and over.
Yep.
And sometimes you got to do it. You got to do it at least a week before the song drops, so people are like, "Ooh, I like this song. Let me listen to it." And like, it's not out yet. What? And then they get upset, and then they're like, "You know what? I don't care." And then they'll pop up on their feet again. They'll be like, "Is it out yet?" And then they'll just and you just and then after it's released, you got to promote it every day, nonstop for like 3 months straight. Which I don't know if you noticed, I haven't been doing because it's social media and I've been lazy and I need to stop doing that. So I'm gonna start doing that here soon.
Well, you're also on RSTA radio. Um, and we're gonna in June. I'm gonna start having Rising Star Talent Agency segments. We're just gonna play the artists that are under Rising Star Talent Agency, their music, so
Okay.
people will be able to focus in more
Uh,
on certain
thing
things.
that I do before I forget, sorry, is what a lot of people don't know. So if anybody in there is music or just wants to promote themselves, this is a good way to get people to know you and for Instagram to promote you to who aren't in your field or whatever, or your range of things or whatever. So if you go do hashtags in the search bar, hashtag whatever is related to your profile. Like for me, it'd be like hashtag underground artist or hashtag artist or something along those lines.
Mhm.
And you find like video pictures or reels that you like that photo, okay? Then you comment and have a genuine comment on what you like about that video, okay?
Mhm.
When you do that 5 times for at least 5 to 10 hashtags. It's a lot of work, but if you do that, I promise you, if you do that every day for like a month, you can get. I believe if you do it right, you can get like 1,000 followers,
Yep.
like legitly. It's a lot of work, so and I'm a busy person, so I end up doing it. But that's not an excuse. I should still do it.
Well, it's hard to keep up, but those are very good tips, and they do
They
work.
do. It's better than buying followers that don't go nowhere.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And your music, when you publish it, Do you make it well? Do you make it available for social media so people could use it in like
Yeah,
videos and stuff like that? Good.
yeah.
I, th- I think artists should do. I mean, if you're already publishing it, you might as well just do it the whole way.
I mean, you're really doing yourself. You're not doing yourself any justice if you don't.
Right.
I mean, what are you scared of? Someone's going to steal your song? It's already, you know.
And people may use your song for TikTok videos or something like that that you would never even think of. But I know I've watched TikTok videos and I've liked the song in the background. So then I look to see who the song is by or anything like that. So all that stuff helps for sure.
Yeah,
All right. Um, so do you have any new releases coming out we
I
can ooh,
do. I have a song that comes out in July.
all right.
I think I'm going to. I haven't decided yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it July 11th. If not July 11th, it's going to be the following Friday. But
Okay. All right.
100% one of those 2 dates.
All right. Nice. Keep us posted on that. And what did you figure out your fun goal yet, or your fun fact yet?
There's one that I can only think of, but I don't really want to say that one because that one's not whatever. Fun fact. Um, Fun fact. If it rains, carry an umbrella. That's a fun fact.
That's not a fact.
It's a fact. You know, if it rains, you want to carry an umbrella. Umbrellas keep you from getting wet. That's a
No,
fact.
no. I mean, like dolphins sleep with half their brain.
Did you know turtles breathe out of their butts?
Okay, there's a weird fact. No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's a fact.
And did you know that butterflies drink turtle tears?
I did know that actually. I did know that one.
See,
Uh,
there you go.
no, I don't got any more. You know what? As soon as this live is over, I'm gonna remember so many of them, and I'm just gonna just message you with a bunch of them.
Or you know what? You can put them in the comments because this will get posted right after we're done.
That's fine. I'll do that too.
List them in the comments.
Yeah, I'll do
All
that.
right, that'll work. And let's see. I kind of think that's all the questions I have. You told us how to find you, about your style of music, if you were to give it a style, um, and any upcoming shows, or you said you're trying to get to open mics. So make sure to post when you're going to be at an open mic and where and when, so people can come and see you too.
I'll be at the Forge Urban Winery next Wednesday.
Okay.
So,
Starts at 7,
yep,
goes till 10. Yeah, that's a good one.
yep. I'll be there.
I might be there too. I'm not sure.
Honestly, I think me and the buddy that I was with
Hmm.
last time, I think me and him are gonna try to make it there the first open mic every month.
Okay.
Sure, that's what we're gonna. At least that's what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to make it one a month. So
Okay. All right. Good. Anything else you would like to tell us or share with us, or
just follow your dreams, follow them. That's really it. Uh, and if people tell you that you can't do it, that just means that you should do it.
hmm, yeah, very true.
Simple.
Prove them wrong, right?
Prove them wrong.
Well, it sounds like you're doing a great job of that.
Trying to.
It's
Honestly,
hard, but you're doing a good job.
honestly, your biggest enemy would be is yourself in this industry. It's like because there's so many times where I'm making music and I'm just like this sucks, and then I'll show somebody else and they'll be like, I don't think anything's wrong with it, but in my mind it's just awful.
Yeah.
Like you're your own worst enemy.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because you see flaws that no one else will ever pick up on in a million.
That's right. Like I always tell artists, whether I'm like, when you're, they get done performing or something and they're like, oh, I messed up. I'm like, no one knows. Only you know.
Yes.
Like, if you mess up, like I went to this one event and this guy, he was really good, but he kept stopping because I guess he was messing a song up. And I finally yelled like from the crowd. I'm like, keep going.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
and it's like, just don't stop. Just keep going. No one.
yeah. One of the first ever shows I ever did, I did the first verse of my song and then the chorus, and I did the second verse, and then halfway through the second verse, I realized that somehow I swapped to the first verse again, but I just kept
Yeah.
going, and nobody noticed. There would be times when I would forget words to a song, and I would just mumble it, and no one would
Yeah.
notice. And the worst thing you can do on stage is to acknowledge that you messed up.
Yes. Exactly.
Like if you just mess up, like sometimes like feedback on a microphone, worst thing in the world. But you don't just be like, ugh. You just slowly walk away, keep on performing, and as if nothing happened.
Exactly.
And I've even witnessed it happen. People would record my set,
Hmm.
and I would know when I messed up, and I would mentally log it in, and then when I watched the video back, you couldn't even tell. You didn't hear it, you couldn't see it, and yeah, you just did not know. It's just all in your head.
Yeah. I mean, and that is exactly it. I try and stress that all the time. If you mess up, just keep going. No one knows. And even if they know your songs word for word, you're the artist. So maybe you changed it up for the show. They don't know. Right?
Yeah, the only time you would want to acknowledge it is if you slipped and fell. You know,
Well,
and
yeah.
if you couldn't fall, you can't play that one off. At the end of your set, just be like, "Did you guys see that? Just make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
Who cares?
People aren't as tuned in as people think.
Yeah,
They're
people
just,
are and be like, you see that idiot that fell on stage? Wow, I'm never listening to him. That's not what's gonna happen.
yeah. And remember, bad press is still good press.
Yeah. What I used to do, honestly, so what I used to do, this is a little off topic a little bit, but what I used to do in the beginning of when I started performing is halfway through my set, I would stop doing my songs and I would play The Fresh Prince of Bel Air by Will Smith.
Oh.
Yes, and then I would perform that song halfway, and then during that song, I would throw out baby bottle pops in the
Oh.
stage, and
That's
and the reason behind it is because I used to do songs like I used to do shows with like 10 people in a set,
mm-hmm.
and I used to be like in the first 4 or 5 people on the set. So I was in my head, I was like, by the time it gets to the end of that night, no one's gonna remember the first couple people who went on. And I looked at my wife and I said, you know what? They might not remember my song, they might not remember my name, but they'll sure remember that guy who gave him a baby bottle pop for no reason
Yep.
as they're walking out. And so I started doing that. I stopped doing it because of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the. I I was like that's I can't really perform it right now. Well, a lot of hate on that guy. I but everyone loves that song. But
Yeah. Yeah. But you could probably do it now. I think that's all
I'm
gone away.
I've debated it. I've honestly debated it. I'm like, I really want to perform it again because it throws everybody up. Because my style is like kind of my style is a little sad sometimes.
Hmm.
So when you throw in Fresh Prince of Bel Air, no one sees it coming, and it's like, and it takes you, it just puts you in a different perspective to people.
Hmm.
Yeah, it stands you out. And
Yeah. And you need little things to do that. Uh,
yeah,
I highly stress merch, um, easy merch, something that you can leave behind. And you'll see, you haven't been in a show yet, but I do slides. So like when you get up there, your slide goes up and there's like a QR code. So they already have their phones out. So they can just hit the QR code, takes them right to where they can follow you, and no muss, no fuss. Yeah.
easy merch is something. Like I got like these wristbands, you know.
Okay.
I throw them out to people randomly, you know. I'll give them to people, and you know, t-shirts are annoying to make when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
They're very annoying to make. But bracelets, they're affordable, and you buy them in bulk, and it's just, you know.
And I
I bought like
like,
I bought like 300 for like $80.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I
and
like stickers. Um,
stickers. That's something that I was gonna put on the baby bottle pops, so people would be like, "Oh, it came from this guy."
yeah, I like stickers because everyone likes to put them on their laptops or on the back of their phones or
Yeah.
wherever. And um, I have somebody that, if you're interested, it's a print company and their price on stickers is phenomenal.
Because I've been wanting to do stickers. I did something I had to do. So
Okay, I'll issue something out to the team
sweet.
uh, probably next week. But yeah, I always say have some kind of merch or something to leave behind, um, so people have something to remember you by. So does anybody have any questions for Jaybird? Because I know he does have to get going. So we'll wrap this up so he can live his life.
Yeah, I actually have to drive up to Pittsburgh. That's what I'm doing. I'm driving.
Oh, oh,
My mom's coming in from the airport. I have to pick her up. So,
oh,
and
okay.
I'm just like, it's so late, but like, I can go for a drive. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's nice. You're picking your mom up. That's
Yeah,
very nice.
yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you everyone for tuning in. And Jaybird, this will get posted as soon as we're done. But then I'll also send you the video so you can do with it what you want. And then my night's kind of empty, so I will post this also on my Spotify and YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Someone is saying, let's get you on our platforms. Oh, this guy, he's Ascot Records. So they have a podcast and stuff too. So I can talk to him and get you guys connected.
Sounds good to me.
All right, good,
Yeah.
good.
When it comes to scheduling for me, I'm a pretty open book myself. Minus work, as long as you can schedule around my work shift. Hey, listen, I'll do whatever you want. Not like
Okay, good.
what I
All
mean.
right, I'll probably talk to Boss Hizzle um, after this interview.
Okay, sounds good. Good.
Up while we were talking. So good stuff. And for those of you that are on here, Marcus Comedy, he's also commented in here. He will be getting interviewed on June 4th
Ooh, let's go.
at 11 a.m. So that'll be a fun one too. So yeah, if you guys missed the live interview, you can find them all on YouTube and Spotify. YouTube, look up Rising Star Talent Agency. Spotify, look up the other side of music. I just forgot the name of my own podcast.
Awesome.
That's why I paused. I'm like, So yeah, go have a good trip. Say hi to mom,
I will.
and we'll be hearing a lot more from you.
Yes, you will.
Good. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.